okay with me? Sorry, guys, I really don't know how to run any of this. So I got my phone going off. My mom would be so happy I'm 1 minute late to my own live stream. It's typical Candace time. Mommy. People don't know how to go live on the thing. I have no idea either, so I can't help you there. I think you just follow the link. I don't know. If anyone has any questions that they want some cards pulled for, I would be more than happy to do that for you. And if you have anybody that you think would be interested in a card reading, you could go ahead and share the link. I don't do love readings because I don't, and lots of people do. Like you go to Ali's Tarot or lots of other places, but I can't take on that energy because when you read, when you do readings, you actually, well, some people just say the meaning of the cards, but I read them intuitively, so I actually pick up the energies from the cards and let my angel spirits guides kind of pull the message from that. So I don't like to feel heartbreak. Like I'm a bad empath, like no face. All right, and I'm unsure. Just hold on a second, guys. It's like a learning experience for me. Okay, here we go. That's very weird. I'm watching myself. Okay, here we go. That's very weird. I'm watching myself. Okay, here we go. See, I better turn that off. That's very weird. I'm watching myself. Okay, here we go. See, I better turn that off. All right, if anybody has any questions that they want answered, if you could just put that in the chat. First, I'm going to start. Okay, I don't know what the deal is with me, but I have to. I usually have to read barefoot. I don't know what the deal is like that, but it's just like my thing. So let me just get kind of situated here. All right. I figured I'd go on super late because then no one would be online. So that's kind of funny. And my desk is a mess here. So that's great. All right, and can you guys just give me a thumbs up if you're able to get into the live chat? Because I have people personally messaging me, and that's kind of strange. I don't know what to do. All right. All right. Okay, so I'm just going to get grounded a little bit first. And then maybe I'll just start off with a collective reading. You guys have a lot of time on your hands lately. I did add some playlists to the channel. I got like a physics one that just talks about like quantum entanglement and quantum mechanics and vibrational universe and stuff like that. But kind of the science is like catching up to spirituality now. Oh, and I did make it's literally titled like Dad Should Like This Playlist, because I found that some of the things, like, I don't know, it has like oh, Shugami's on. Hi, Shugami. A little Leo there. Shugami, is your Cancer friend with you? All right, I'm just going to get grounded a little bit here first, and then we'll clear out the energies, and then maybe I'll just do a collective pull. Angel spirits, guides, can you please allow me to bring in any messages that I have for anybody that shows up tonight? Use the right words and only bring these messages in light and love. And like I said, kind of in the description, if anybody has any questions, I do encourage that they commune with whatever name or form or however God comes to you, because I am a believer that God comes to everybody in whatever unique form that they personally need him to come in. So I believe regardless of the religion or no religion, I do believe that we are all connecting to the same source. So, all right. And I'm just going to clear it out with a little heart chakra cleansing to cleanse the air out. Oh, the Cancerian's not here. Is the Cancerian at work tonight or back at home? Aw, Cancerian's at home. Well, Cancers came through for us Leos this week, so maybe I'll just pull a couple cards for the Cancerians out there first. And you guys, I have no idea how to share this to like my Instagram. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get like taught by somebody here. Let me see. Okay, so we'll pull something for the Cancerians. Let me see. What should I use? I think this deck. Angel Spirits Guides, could we get a quick Cancer reading? Because we're so very grateful to those Cancers in our lives. Angel Spirits Guides, please, for the Cancers out there. What messages do our Cancers need to hear tonight? Angel Spirits Guides for Cancer. Cancer's got Love in the Star already. I gotta show this because Cancer showed up for Leo this week, and it's love with the lion. Yay! 6 equal give and take. All right. I'm not a super fast shuffler or anything, but let's see. Angel Spirits Guides for Cancer. Not in the right deck there. Yeah. Oh, this makes sense. Okay, so I got compassion for others, which that pretty much explains the Cancer experience I've had. Cancerian experience. Sorry about you guys' name. Jeez. Cancerian experience I've had this week. These cancers are just always giving. So let's give a couple words back to them. All right. Angels, spirits, guides for Cancer, please. A couple more cards. Oh. I don't read reversals, so I'm going to put these all up. Let me see if I can get something here. Angel spirits, guides for Cancer. Angel spirits, guides for Cancer. Anything else that I missed out? Angel spirits, guides for Cancer. Okay. So I was like, anything that I pull tonight is just going to have like Tower, like death and world, because clearly like Tower is like kind of your whole life, like change, you know, turning upside down. And death is like just like transformation. Oh, yep. And world is change of cycle, and this is what we got. Yep. All right. Let's. I don't know if I'm gonna take all these. Well, star came out twice. Let me see. All right, I'm putting those back in. Hold on. So I'm trying not to get like virus reading, because we all know what's going on here. Just spirit guides. Anything else out of here? I'm not going to take a big old clump. All right. I'm going to go with the she who. All right, Cancers. Just hold on a second so I can pull up what I have for you. Okay, Cancer. And like I said, I'm like an intuitive reader, so I get the feeling and what the reading should be like off of the cards, like what jumps out to me from the feeling of the cards, and what my guides show me from the picture. So first we got 9 of Earth. Now typically that represents like a single person, but I'm getting more of an independent person tonight. Then we got the Moon, which of course, you know, it's kind of a Cancerian card. And then we got the Fool, which of course is Aries card. And I do have the 5 of Water here. Let me just get this message out, and I'll pull a she who probably for that. All right, now the 9 of Earth is coming more to me tonight about not really being single, but being independent. So looks like you guys are, you know, even if you're not single, even if you're in a relationship, you hold your own with independence. Very gentle Cancerians. What's really popping out to me is you're holding a flower, holding a yellow flower. So it looks like, you know, you do have confidence in yourself. It looks like it's newly sprouted. Maybe you've had a new growth of confidence lately. But you do hold, you have a mask on. So you're holding the flower, you're holding your true self. It looks like it's almost magical around the flower there. You hold your true self close to your heart. And maybe only the people closest to you know your true self. To the rest of the world, you do look independent, but that, you know, independent, like you don't need anybody, but that is just a mask, because of course everybody needs people. Next we have the Moon. Number 18, which is a 9. Looks like you guys have been you know, sitting on your own, unsure of what's going on around you, but but at the same time, looking in your group of people and really seeing uh, where you can help in your own family group. It doesn't seem like out in the public, not like to the great public. It doesn't seem like that. It doesn't seem like you're out like distributing food or anything, but it seems like in your own family unit, you are, or close family, close friends. It looks like you are seeing where you can bring a little light and love and hope into the situation lately, where there is so much uncertainty. Yep. All right, and then we get the Fool. All right, it looks like either recently or right now, you guys are really being called uh, to maybe come into your own a little bit more, to maybe take some uncalculated risks. I know you Cancers might be planners. Um, kind of put yourself out there more like the foolhardy Aries. Like, yeah, it looks like you're really grounded, and what Spirit is saying is, here you may have opportunities in your life that you're able to walk towards, without really knowing what's going to happen. But that's okay, because that's kind of, nothing's for sure except change. So you're being asked to kind of to face your fears, whatever those may be in your life. It looks like you have an opportunity somehow in front of you, and the Fool is asking you to go towards that because you have a new opportunity. Looks like your angel spirits guides are around you, and of course, if it's something on your path, you're asking to take that leap of faith. Now, how would you know if it's on your life path? Usually it's, something good, something that's helpful for others, something that's like creative or altruistic. That's how you would know it. Now, we do have the Five of Cups, Five of Water here. Looks like traditionally that would be, and that's under the spread. So it looks like maybe you've dealt with something lately that is really pulling you down from the past, like unrequited love. And of course, I just do love reading. And yeah, it looks like and the reason I don't is because you get the feeling from it. So maybe this did come up for a reason. So when you look to your past in that way, or if you look to your past unfulfilled, in an unfulfilling way, like just kind of living there with the hurts and everything, you're not able to actually move anywhere, and you're just actually reliving that hurt like over and over and over again. So I have to flip this like card too. I was just like, so when you live in the past and you can't move on from that, you're just like reliving that hurt. So to me, and I'm not a smart girl, like I went through like some hurts in the past, and I really had to learn, because I'm a kindergartner and not a wise person. I started practicing Buddhism, and that would teach you, that also not to look ahead to the future, not to fear the future, not to fear, like, well, a good example is what's going on right now. Like, you can't really live in fear of a story that hasn't been created yet. I assume if you're on here, your family's safe. So best to find the moments of that are happening like right now. Oh my gosh. Like, for example, the simple things. This morning, I went to take my dog out in the backyard, and Minnesota just got, well, I guess we just had a shelter in place order put on. I kind of did that with my kids, like, essentially before that. But it's a Saturday, and I live like a block from the highway and like 2 blocks from the lake. But I took my dog out at like 8 a.m. and it was so quiet outside. And there were so many birds outside. And I was just totally in awe of like the peace that this whole thing has created. So I think the point is to kind of look on the bright side of things, like to what you could appreciate at this time as opposed to like being stressed out about everything. Now I can tell you that there's definitely like an energy shift going on for the collective right now. It just seems like things are calming down, and maybe that's just because everybody's kind of like settled into place. But it's definitely like not going to be such harsh energies anymore, like the ups and downs that we felt in the past couple of weeks are really settling down, and there's going to be some big shifts as it comes to people. All right, and maybe I'll just pull. You guys are really quiet. Like, doesn't anybody have any questions? Or I could pull a card for the people that are on, because I like I said, besides Shugomi, I have no idea. All right, and let me just pull something for the people here. Let me get our Cancer reading out of the way. Angel Spirit Guides, could you have this message be for the people here? Angel Spirit Guides. Oh, I did find out something great today. Me and my dad have O-negative blood, which is kind of the joke in the family that it's like the alien blood because my dad watches Ancient Aliens. But I was like nerding out on physics today, and something came up, and it's like the O-negative people may be like more immune to the virus, probably because we're aliens. I don't know. I don't even know if that's true, so don't quote me. Like, don't believe anything I say unless you find it true for yourself, clearly. Angel Spirits Guides, please. Or not immune, like a lesser chance of getting the virus. But you guys don't have O-negative blood, so we're going to keep you guys in the house. All right. Angel Spirits Guides, please. Ooh. We must have a battler here. We got She Who Battles, Justice, Fierce Commitment. Feisty. Someone here's feisty. Angel Spirits Guide, something else? Something else, please. Angel Spirits Guide. Angel Spirits Guide. I'm not going to take that one. Angel Spirits Guide, please. Ooh, She Who Radiates, Geneva, knowing, ambition, and confidence. I like it. What if it's the Leo? Leo, is that your card? You're the only one that I know for sure is here. It's like Aztec almost. Oh, that's amazing. Oh yeah, and then, and I'll see if we got another one of these. But I wanted to talk about. Um, so I was somewhere online, and it was like a live stream, and I'm like all religions, so like I will watch like Christian sermons and like Jewish sermons and like Buddhist meditations. But like it was like angsty. Like people were like, preparing for like the apocalypse. And so I'm just gonna give my opinion on that. So I don't think the apocalypse is coming. And it does kind of go, I look like a nerd like my dad. So it ended in 2012. And if you watch any David Wilcock's like nerdy physics stuff, they talk about a lot of the old cultures, like talking about solar flares and things like that coming. And it's even got some biblical quotes as well. So I don't think it's the apocalypse. I just think it's like a change in the way that we actually live and kind of an awakening, because it should be like, okay, for people that don't know, like sometimes I get messages from dead, but we should all be able to like do that. That's like, something natural that we should be able to do, all of us. But when we get the ego brain talking, like you just can't hear those things. So I think that it's not like apocalypse, but I do think it's like God like calling his flock, in that he wants to commune with each person personally. And I think like the only way to do that is to slow down and get everybody like in a place where they have to listen, kind of, if there's nothing going on, like your ego's not screaming at you, because your ego brain is like fight or flight, and like like anger, which is really just like fear, like putting a mask around you so you don't like have to actually get in touch with your feelings or like express them. So from what I believe, and you don't have to believe anything that I believe, you certainly believe what's in your heart. I just believe this is, just time. It apparently happens every, I don't know, so often. You can nerd out on it. Like, well, you can't watch stuff with my dad now, but you could, and nerd out on all that stuff. I made some playlists. So I just believe that this is a time where we all are there's a lot of awakenings happen. And it's got like associations with like all religions. So that's all I would say. All right, more card here. But I'm not going to take that. Angel Spirits Guides. Angel Spirits Guides, please. got like messages on my phone, and I don't. Angel Spirits Guide. Nothing more out of there? All right, we got Pearl, She Who Rises Up. The collective is doing right now. Just by being around people and kind of smiling and giving them kind words, and just kind of smiling, letting people know that it's okay, like everything's okay, or like the creative people, like the artists or the bands that are going playing, like live, like those things are really uplifting people. Like you have no idea the impact that that's having on other people. it's just amazing. Like, I don't usually listen to like music online, but like one of my friends posted, and I caught his live stream last week of him playing, and it was just like, and I'm an introvert, so you wouldn't expect that, but like I was just like, this is amazing. Like I was just, it just made me so happy and uplifted, like that simple little gesture. So I think, that everyone's like really getting into the stage where they're like thinking about, what's creative and what's uplifting other people. And, even the smiles or just reaching out and saying, hey, is really, it's really helping people. So let me see if we get anything else. All right, and let me just see. See if I pull one of these. Not in this mission, I guess. Okay, let me get that during the week. Angel spirit guides. Angel spirits guides. Angel spirits guides. Angel spirits guides. Angel spirits guides. Someone here a nag? I don't mean to offend anybody. Angel spirits guides. Like, believe me, I nag too. It's like when I get frustrated. So I didn't mean like to offend anybody. It's just what I got. Angel spirits guides, please. Angel spirits guides, please. Angel spirits guides, please. I'm a little distracted here. Hold on. Okay, and some people here are supposed to transform the way they see. So maybe you're looking at something with a wrong view, and all of us do that like all the time. Maybe you're looking at something more critically or being judgmental on somebody or something in your life. And I know that's like kind of our way as humans. But that's really like a protection. Like making groups like us and them is really like our way of protecting ourselves, but we don't need to do that. That like actually keeps people separated. And it's what I would say is wrong view. So maybe if you're looking at somebody or a situation like harshly, it's just because you don't understand it. But, like from the picture, I'm just looking at the eyes, like not natural, right? Like you're not seeing it correctly. You're seeing it through a filter, and that's probably a filter that we were all brought up with filters of things that we were taught or ways to be. And when those filters are integral to like who we are, it's hard to look past them. But really, the strength of love comes from, and the ability to see people for who they are without their labels comes from, just dropping the label. And it's only then you're going to be able to see yourself and others for the true human, like love, like divine being that they are. And I know we're all guilty of that. So I prefer, like, I know I practice Buddhism, but I prefer not to use the term, because once you like make a label for yourself, you kind of like spend your whole life defending that label. Well, I do see other people as like practicing Christianity and like, hey, Jesus is my homeboy too. But I don't be like, oh, Christian. Like, that is not like the entirety of their being. Um, so I think that's what that talks about. Like, don't look at a person from just one aspect of the person. See them as a companion of yours in um, in the family of humanity. And then it's only then that you can be open to love from people around you. And then we got solitude, alone but not lonely. And I can attest to this because, as some of you know, I lost my mom a couple of years ago, and she's like my best friend. Like, oh, but she would call me out on things. Like, don't get me wrong, but then I went through like a bunch of stuff, and I do feel that those things happen for a reason. But I was just feeling like really, really lonely, so I thought I would like science it out, like meditate, lower cortisone. And let me just assure you that your loved ones are with you all the time. And don't believe me, like, I'm sure they're giving you signs. Oh, and some of you have been having like crazy dreams lately. So, like, crazy dreams. So yeah, those are, it's funny because me and my brother used to try like astral projecting when we were kids. It'd be like our thing, like, I'm an astral. We had no idea what we were talking about. I think my parents had like this book about like, I don't know, ancient mysteries or something. I don't know, but it had astral projection, and me and my brother like, we were gonna astral project. But the funny thing is, when you have a dream that's like really rememberable and like you keep the feeling from that dream and it has like somebody of your loved one in it, like, my understanding, and of course don't believe me, like, find what's true in your own heart. My understanding is that you actually are meeting with that person, like on the astral plane, or like in the astral plane all the time, communing with spirit. So if you want to get nerdy about different dimensions, like, I did list something. I think it's quantum. No, it's time space. I think in my playlist. So there's that. Everyone's quiet tonight. No one's got any questions. And I'm totally distracted over DC. Let me see what's going on. All right, so I'm being asked a little bit to talk about energy. When you guys are feeling, well, like, I posted something on Instagram today about how I found it funny that No Face is in like all my pictures lately, because it was my Halloween costume and I just threw him in the corner because I was moving stuff around in here, and now I got to move, homeschooling stuff. Anyway, I'm being asked to talk a little bit about how we're all empaths, but where most of us are like bad empaths, like No Face. So if you watch Spirited Away, you'll notice that when No Face meets somebody, if they're a greedy person, like, No Face kind of turns into a monster. And if they're like a super sweet person, like No Face is super sweet too. Um, so be aware that we're all empaths. Some of us are just like artists or meditators or whatever, so we kind of notice it more. But I'm like a bad empath. Like I can't take some of the heavier energies, so gotta put on my like Magneto hat and like block those out. Um, so you know when someone's in a really bad mood and they're around you, um, and they put you in a really bad mood. So that's actually has a lot to do with the vibrations. Like if you're super, super happy and enjoy vibrations, I have it in my playlist, like the different vibrations and the physics and everything. That might be quantum mechanics. I'm not sure. So if somebody's vibrating out to you in like a low energy, you of course will, probably take on that energy and not even realize that it's yours, because like if someone puts you in a bad mood, you spread it and spread it and spread it. So just be aware that this happens. And if somebody's like in a bad mood, realize that it's like not them, like personally trying to take that out on you, that they're just like bad empaths like the rest of us, and somebody probably vibrated that lower vibration out to them as well. So I implore you to stop that ripple from going out further, and to recognize it, and to just kind of like I was talking before, just to like speak soft words, or just always react with love, and understand that we're all a bunch of like injured dogs right now, especially. But it's your opportunity. You can stop that ripple from going out further, and you can actually reverse it. And when somebody's in that low vibrational energy, that like the ego mind takes over, fight or flight response, like that tightness, it's just like clenched teeth and stuff. Like you can't even think straight in that like mental arena. You can't even make good decisions. So, you really want to, if you are in that space, just kind of learn, be able to identify it, and then just, like take some deep breaths, because that's visualize yourself rooting into the ground, and, kind of like the low energies going down, because Mother Earth will always take those energies for you. Or just, kind of commune with whoever you are affiliated with, angel, spirits, guides, gods, universe, source. There's also a lot of great tech out there that could help you. There's meditation apps. There's art apps. When you do art, you naturally get into the zone of like meditation and being relaxed, because you actually can't create without being like, relaxed. Just, imagine the possibilities and how far that could go if you could react to somebody that's, kind of like, and then make them a little bit more gentle, and then they ripple out to somebody else, because they're happy all of a sudden and loving, and, and think how many people that could brighten up the day for. And I mean, isn't that what we all need right now at this point anyway? My friend's making apple dump cake, and that just sounds like a shit. There's people that can't get into the chat. I don't know how to help you. I don't know how that works at all. All right, and I just think that this is a time of like finding balance in our life, and balancing things out. If you have, it's a great time. If you have anybody that you were like formally in an argument or a fight with, to kind of like reach out to them now, because they're going to be like, so happy to hear from you. Um, the good thing about this is like it kind of lets everything that's unimportant kind of fall away. And um, it really gives us a chance to see what is truly like an asset to our life, like people and things and like the necessities. So have the confidence if you have been like separated from somebody for a while, or you just need to say like, hey, even if you don't show up and just say like, I'm sorry. It's just like saying, hey, believe me, they're going to be, don't be fearful of that because, like I said, um, don't be afraid of a storyline that hasn't happened yet. What's the worst that can happen? You're still not talking to that person, you know? A lot of people would just really love, I mean, this is a time and this is an opportunity to forget everything in the past. I know I'm not the only empath that's saying that either. Like there's a lot of ascension going on, and I do have a playlist on ascension as well. There's a lot of ascension going on. People at home really able to look at, their position with empathy for once at the other situation. But, when you meditate, you are way harder on yourself first. So when you realize like what an asshole you were, it's then that you can like really look at every other human with empathy, because we're all a bunch of screw ups and we all just like walk around like no faces, like not really like wanting to hurt people, but doing it because of our own like internal hurts and fears and fear of rejection and wanting to keep the mask up and not really wanting anybody to know the true you. But let me tell you that that's one of the lessons right now, um, is or in life is like being confident enough to put yourself out there, because it's actually then that it's that high vibration of confidence and love and empathy and compassion that really bring people towards you, because people want to be around people that are kind and nice and gentle and creative and like sure of themselves and like not like a doormat, but kind and compassionate and non-judgmental. So hopefully that's what we'll all get out of this, like a balance, a balance. So I've been on here for 50 minutes. That's crazy. And there's still people watching me ramble. Wow. All right. Well, since no one can seem to ask me any questions and nobody seems to have any questions, let me just see if there's anything else here. Just guys, is there anything else I should be letting the questions? Spirit has big plans for you. Great. No, it'll be worth it. Change your perspective. Something about duality. Oh. Some of you have endeavors coming up, like some kind of project or something. So you should have strength and confidence in that. And not you, Leo, because I know your project, so you're not counted in this. Someone else. Yeah, new opportunities. Like a new job or something. A new idea of self. Ah. So somebody here is being introspective, and that's like so amazing. In pursuit of themselves. Okay. Examining their internal character. Looking for answers. Okay. Well, plan big with confidence. You're well, whatever you need. You gotta have confidence, strength, face your fear. Adjust, like go with the flow, depending upon what goes on. Planning strategic relationships. I don't know. I just are you some of you people like planners and strategists? Ah. Okay. Well, I think the point is like maybe you think more with your heart and not with your head. I don't know. I'm an Aries, so I'm like foolhardy and I go forward like that. So I'm not sure. Find some balance in your pursuit. Some air energy. Like sometimes I'm not in my head enough. All right, and that's it. Looks like someone's getting activated for Ascension. Yay! I have no idea who's on this chat, so I don't know. I know my son's here. That's pretty much it. I know if you don't log in, it doesn't show up. It looks like I got. It doesn't even matter. So let's clear out the. Let's clear out the energy for about Ascension and all the confidence and strength and kind of being self introspective, because it's gonna like it's gonna be so working. Like Earth School is hard, like my favorite podcasters say, but it's so much easier when you like have a personal relationship with your spirituality, with your intuition, with your guides. It really gives you a stability in life. Like you can open yourself to plan big at that point, because but don't get too like strategic. Like be open, like go with the flow. Like if something like doesn't work out, just like be like, okay, well, I'm not gonna get discouraged because like clearly this wasn't the thing for me, and just be open, loving, caring, compassionate, non-judgmental. Okay. Strong one for somebody. Okay, my dog twitches when I channel him. So he's like down there again. I didn't even notice he was in here. My papa. Like first live chat, because it was like I don't like live chats. Like I'm super introvert, so thank you, Leo's son, for coming. And thank you, Queen of Cups. enjoy the dump cake. And whoever else is here, thanks for joining us and making this not so like nerve-wracking. It like worked out fine, I guess. And I send with you light and love, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your weekend and you're able to approach life with the simple joys that appear to you in your life and in the moment. Have a good night, guys.